Okay, let's start, everyone. Welcome, and today you are here for a presentation by Locky from the Center for Applied English Studies at Hong Kong University. Okay, and as you can see, this is part 3. And sorry if you missed part 1 and 2, but I'm sure Locky will fill you in on part 1 and 2, and then tell us about part 3. So let's give a hand to Locky.
Thank you, Jay, for the introduction. Thank you, everybody, for coming here. This is part 3. And for those of you who are wondering why this is part 3, well, it's here, because part 2 basically was already done 2 years ago. That was May 2023, when ChatGPT came out like a half a year right after that. And so the video is on YouTube. It's on my channel as well as on STiLE's website. So feel free to have a watch, at your leisure time. I have a lot of suggestions back then, recommendation on what to do with assessments, what are the activities back then, and I looked at it yesterday. Those suggestions still are very valid. So if you haven't seen it, please go back and have a watch. Let's just think. All right. Okay, this is not mine. This is Jay's. Someone's calling in. Okay. Actually, where should I be standing? I wasn't here today, so pardon me. I was too busy trying to complete the slides here. So, contents today. It's the same thing, basically same as 2 years ago. What we do know about generative AI, what we don't know about generative AI, what we should do in the upcoming academic year, because we can only look forward 1 year like that, and then conclusion. Q&A. Forgot the Q&A part. Right, so what do we know about generative AI as of today? Well, actually, I list out the things I put up 2 years ago. Basically, at that time, GenAI as well, something to do with LLM, although we didn't know what LLM was, actually just a name. Today, we know that it's a combination of LLM plus large multimodal models, plus now we have large reasoning models. All right, next, in the past, GenAI does generate strings of words based on user's prompt, because back then it was not connected to the internet. Today, we have all these multimodal outputs with the current user's prompt, with the memory of past user's prompts, plus the internet data and all of that. Right, in the past, GenAI may hallucinate. Actually, it happens quite often. Today, it still hallucinates if you're paying attention to recent news. Actually, the latest models are hallucinating even more than the older ones, but it's relatively improved a lot through the years. Before, in the past, it cannot cite the sources of information. Now it can. In the past, it couldn't perform fact checks. Now it can. And then, the last two, they're the same. Generates results that are generally non-reproducible. That's still the same. And they still have algorithmic bias. That's still the same. So that's it. That's basically what we already know about GenAI. Of course, you're not here for my talk because you want to know what you already know. So let's go on and talk about what we don't know about generative AI. And for those of you who were at my talk, I know one of you were here at my talk 2 years ago, you kind of know my series, top series, part 1, 2, 3, have nothing good about AI to talk about. It's usually the negative side of things. First of all, what we don't know about GenAI is there's about one new GenAI model / program every 2 days. This happened, this post, Twitter tweet, we go with X post, 17th of May. List of things that comes out. What does that mean to us? Well, what it means is that basically, this is this kind of speed that an older GenAI program or model becomes obsolete or outdated. And so that means that if you're building a course or a lesson around a single generative AI program, it's highly risky to do. And you should not be doing that. All right, next. Okay, so what we have here, newer GenAI models are not necessarily better at everything. Some newer models are actually bad at something. So it is still extremely important to check the GenAI outputs. I think we all know that. But coming from this particular paper here, I'd like to draw attention to these paragraphs. Even when explicitly prompted for accuracy, most LLMs produce broader generalizations of scientific results than those in original text with DeepSeek, the latest models. And then, notably, neural models tend to perform worse in generalization accuracy than earlier ones, which means that if you are going to rely on GenAI to do summaries for you, for your meeting, for your publications, you know what to do. Be careful with that. Do double check. All right, next. GenAI can get lost in multi-turn conversations. So what that means is it's actually more human than you think. So I again draw your attention to these two lines. Our experiment confirmed that the top open and closed-weighted LLMs we tested significant lower performance in multi-turn conversations than single turn. In simple terms, we discovered that when LLMs take a wrong turn in a conversation, they get lost and do not recover. And then we have the chart here: single turn, high aptitude, low unreliability, and then we go multi-turn, low aptitude and very high unreliability. And I think it's talking about me actually. Yeah. So me too. I get lost, obviously. So it's more human than anything. Next, okay, starting to get to the dark parts of AI. AI may have already ran out of data for training. Right? As you know, conversations written by scholars, not by just anybody. Researchers warn we could run out of data to train by 2016, 2026, and anything created by human is in high demand. This is very important to know because you might not like this guy, but what he says it has weight. Elon Musk says all human data for AI training exhausted. Quoting from this paragraph, the cumulative sum of human knowledge has been exhausted in AI training, and that happened basically last year. Okay, and then we look at another person, scholars. Okay, and here's their abstract. Our finding indicates that if current LLM development trends continue, models will be trained on alerts, okay, and it will be exhausted by 2026. And what's the implication of this? The implication of this is, right, you guys played this? The Barbie thing? Our data security and privacy have not been taken seriously, as far as I know. The temptation of new sexy AI programs is just too much because they're fun, they're sexy. So what does that mean for us teachers? Teachers are likely to lead students towards the threat posted by AI because we're on the front line. We are the people who introduce things to them. They might seem very cool. We all like them. Okay, so I'm not going to pick on any third-party AI things. I took this from the IDP website, which is endorsed by iOS, obviously, the test glider. You can find a link on the IDP website, and actually the website is also here. All right, so they have a lot of AI things now, AI chatbot and this and that. So I took a screenshot. This is actually by them. This is not something I created. It's posted on their website. And I want to draw attention to this. I calculated this score based on your pronunciation, tone, and all your recording settings. My question is, when I was reading this, how can calculation be done if your voice is not stored and compared to other voices already in the database? How can they do that if they're not storing your voices? More. Okay. They tell you that you can score and this and that. Okay. Train with data for more than 1 million responses, test glider AI scoring engineering, blah, blah, blah. Question is, ChatGPT came out November 2022. That's less than 3 years ago. How did they gather 1 million responses of voice recording to do this for you? Okay, where did they come from? Has there been any consent from human source? Okay. Students who took the test or use this app, use this platform, official iOS IDP endorsed. Do you know that your voices are being used like that? Okay. So what we don't know about generative AI then goes on to the next part. What type of data are at risk of being used by or used for GenAI training? Okay, and almost everything. Your prompts, your text from documents, your computer codes, music, sound, your voice, images, your photos, videos, your videos, internet traffic, your internet usage log, basically. Remember, everything you see on the internet is stored on someone's server somewhere on this planet. You don't own it. Somebody owns you. I'll show this video if I have time later on. Right, So let's look at some articles. Social media companies are AI companies too. By the way, Instagram, Facebook, WhatsApp are under Meta. Meta created the Llama LLM family. So from The Verge, okay, we've got Meta fed its AI on almost everything we've posted since 2007. Unless you're in the EU, there's no ability to opt out the AI training. All right, next, another one. Plan to use Facebook and Instagram posts to train AI criticized last year, June. Right, and according from that, draw attention to this paragraph. According to the policy, will uphold objections to stop the using information unless it is found, it finds any compelling grounds. And you go to the last one. Meta is basically saying that it can use any data from any source for any purposes and make it available to anyone in the world as long as it's done by AI technology. Right, so what does that mean then? Oh, you know what? When I was preparing the slide, my wife was actually looking at me and saying, hey, why are you looking at pretty girls' photos? I've been looking at pretty girls' photos for a long time. Just pick two. I will tell you why later. But first, don't they look gorgeous? They look gorgeous, don't they? Pretty? Do they look like somebody you know? Probably not. Do they look like someone who's at the age of your students? Maybe. So, how did their faces end up on TensorArt? Did they upload their faces onto TensorArt? Probably. Maybe they'll be uploaded to social media somewhere. All right? They are AI generated, by the way. I forgot to mention that. They are AI generated. And why did I take so long to look at girls' photos and only be able to pick these two? Because what if I tell you that these two ladies' photos, beautiful, gorgeous lady photos, were the only ones that had the most clothes on? Yes, they had the most clothes on that page, which is why I can only show these two. So, do you think they actually know that their faces are being used to generate AI images and have their clothes removed or something like that? Or fewer clothing? Do you know what I mean? What does that mean for us teachers? If you are going to recommend students to AI programs, and you never mention that it's not okay or shouldn't actually upload your faces to AI or be careful with social media pictures, they might end up being your students. And one day they might come back to you and say, you told me it was okay. You, my teacher, told me it was okay. Right. Now, some of you might know this picture, very famous. It was actually a competition winner award, but it's later exposed to be AI generated. Anyway, what we should do in the upcoming academic year. Compared to the last time, I had a lot of recommendations. This time, I don't have that many. I would like everybody to rethink and read about what digital/gen AI literacy really means. Educate yourself about data privacy, and security. Learn to protect yourself and others, especially if you have children. By the way, this girl looks gorgeous, right? That's someone's daughter. You may argue that, hey, this is AI generated, but how did AI generate images if they don't have the base photo, how could they generate anything that looks like human? And also, sometimes that maybe you did not, or students did not upload the picture, but it somehow just generated somebody's faces that look very similar. That could happen too. So if that's your daughter, or I know someone close to you, do that. Learn to protect yourself and others, and recognize that AI application is in fact the least important aspect of digital/AI literacy. What you're producing is the least important. That's the key message here I have for everybody today. So the conclusion, thank you, Kia Maurice. You're great there. Do you know that your faces are on AI programs? Of course you do. What do we know about generative AI? We should teach students how to apply them correctly. This doesn't seem to be answering the question, but kind of like, yeah, of course, we always want to teach students how to use AI application, very important. What don't we know about generative AI? that we could be the first persons to put our students into danger, or in danger, sorry. Dangerous. What should we do in the upcoming academic year? Play defense. Recognize that AI application is the least important of the digital AI literacy. Educate ourselves about the risk first, before we start telling them this, use that, that's good, upload this, upload that. This is so dangerous out there. Right, and where's my... Okay, essentially, users of GenAI must remember that. I had the same message last time. Everything you submit to GenAI, you are giving it away, basically. Remember this. Everything you put in there, you're giving it away. It's no longer yours. It's on someone's server. Somebody's going to use it. So, risk-free GPT. Imagine, what is the question? Fruit or false? I'd like to get answers from you guys. Imagine you're the world's richest person and you're looking to purchase the world's largest assignment repository for training AI products and then selling it back to the education sector. Which company would you buy? Which company would you buy? If you have that money, you want to develop something, because you know the education industry is so great, so big, you don't have the samples.
Turn it in.
What would be the meaning of AI ethics if or when that happened one day? What would happen if, say, OpenAI bought turn it in? Because we upload papers to turn in like we assume it's fine, right? It's fine. It says so. It says so. It's fine. And then you hear about the Meta using Facebook pictures for training. You know, they have policies too, but they still do it. So what does it mean later on? Probably we can just upload everybody's assignments to by then the new turn-in, the OpenAI turn-in, we still upload everything there because we don't care. They already have it. You know, we don't need marking. Who needs teachers marking? Just upload it to OpenAI turn-in, right? What does that mean? So a little bit of advertisement. Next conference presentation. Actually, I have to thank Clive for this question. He gave me to follow up this question. Time skipping 5 years ahead. What challenges will English for academic purpose face in Hong Kong? I'll be presenting then. And because of that, I prepare a lot of research. So if you want to hear more about that, do come. It's July. It's a PolyU, right? It's still PolyU. Am I right? Sorry. Yeah. So good. I'll see you then. Thank you very much. And yeah, thank you. My email. Thank you. Guys, my abstracts. Yeah, that's it basically. Does anybody want to watch this video? We have time. Wait, okay. Just a quick one. Thank you. If it's playable. If it's playable. Okay, sorry, just gonna adjust the volume first. This is already happening. I mean, like, it's nothing new.
有些人说，哎，这个直播看现在那种直播很完善的，包括像这种捏脸，哇，那是一个常规操作，这个东西是不会扩散的，包括什么戴口罩啊，或者是，然后捏脸这种。
Of course, it's a dude with a unibrow. No, it's a real girl. What do you mean? What do you mean? This is the future, guys. This is it, guys. In 3 to 5 years, bro, girls are going to be over. That's going to be the end. Because you're just going to have this all the time.
Bro, this is too cursed even for my standards. Computer, disengage holographic imaging.
In the Bible, where did women come from? It was Adam's rib. Computer, turn that shit back up now! So, if anything, I think this is really proving the Bible.
Okay, that's it. That's a very short clip. Yeah, if you want to watch more, there you go. Thank you very much, everybody. I'll leave time for questions.